Far away in the deep black of space, a large alien armada floated quietly near a glowing star. The ships were huge, tall, and covered with bright lights. They looked strong and scary. The aliens inside were busy preparing for their next big attack. Their goal was clear: to find and destroy the humans who were slowly growing stronger in this part of the galaxy. The alien commanders talked in low, serious voices. They did not think much of humans. To them, humans were small, weak, and had only a few warships. The aliens had thousands of ships, weapons that could blow up entire planets, and soldiers who had fought in many battles. They believed the humans were nothing but easy targets. On the bridge of the alien flagship, the commanders studied their star maps and battle plans. They talked about their powerful weapons and fast attack squads. "We will crush the humans," one commander said with confidence. "They cannot stop us. We are the strongest race in this galaxy." Meanwhile, far from the alien armada, a single human warship moved silently through space. The ship's name was Vanguard. It was not the biggest ship in the galaxy, but it was one of the most advanced. The Vanguard was built with new technology that no one else had. Its hull was smooth and shining, designed to move fast and avoid enemy attacks. Its weapons were quiet but deadly. Inside the Vanguard, the captain sat calmly in his chair. His name was Commander Ethan Grant. He was a strong man with sharp eyes and a calm voice. He did not show fear or doubt, even though he knew they were going into a dangerous fight. Ethan looked at the stars through the ship's large window. The vast space was quiet and still, but inside his heart, he was ready. He trusted his crew, his ship, and himself. "Prepare for battle," he said softly, but clearly. His voice was calm but strong, and everyone listened carefully. The crew of the Vanguard worked quickly. They checked the weapons, their shields, and the ship's engines. They ran through every step, knowing that their lives depended on being ready. The ship's AI system, named Aegis, helped them by scanning for enemy ships and predicting their moves. Aegis was smart and fast. It could think and learn during battle. As the Vanguard moved closer to the alien armada, the silence of space was broken by the sound of alarm bells. The aliens had spotted the single human warship. A wave of surprise and confusion spread through the armada. "What? Just one ship?" one alien commander asked. "Is this some kind of joke?" But the Vanguard did not slow down. It moved straight toward the aliens without fear. The alien armada sent out a loud battle signal. Hundreds of ships turned their weapons toward the Vanguard. They fired powerful energy beams and missiles. The space around the Vanguard exploded in bright colors, but the Vanguard moved quickly. Its shields absorbed the attacks, and its engines pushed it faster than the alien weapons could track. The crew worked together like a well-oiled machine. They dodged and fired back with small but precise laser shots. The aliens were surprised by how smart and fast the human ship was. Inside the Vanguard, Commander Ethan gave calm orders. "Focus on defense first," he said. "Watch their movements. Wait for the right moment." The aliens grew angry and frustrated. Their big ships could not hit the small human warship. They began to change their tactics. Some ships tried to surround the Vanguard. Others sent fast attack fighters to chase it, but the Vanguard was ready. Aegis, the AI, quickly analyzed the enemy ship's patterns and guided the Vanguard through the dangerous attacks. It helped the crew stay one step ahead. On the alien flagship, the commanders watched in shock. "This is not normal," one said. "How can one ship move like this? How can it fight so well?" Another commander growled, "We must destroy that ship now. If we lose this battle, our entire armada will be in danger." Back on the Vanguard, the crew felt the pressure. They knew this battle was bigger than any they had fought before, but they also knew their ship was special. The Vanguard was built not just to fight but to survive. Its secret weapons were hidden, waiting for the perfect time to strike. Commander Ethan stood up and looked at his crew. "Remember," he said, "we are the last line of defense for humanity. We fight not just for ourselves but for all people. Stay calm and do your best." The crew nodded. They were tired but ready. They trusted their captain and their ship. The battle in space grew louder. Explosions lit up the dark sky. The alien armada was strong, but the Vanguard was stronger in ways the aliens could not understand yet. Then, suddenly, the Vanguard disappeared from the enemy radar. The aliens shouted in confusion. "Where did the ship go?" But Commander Ethan smiled quietly. He knew this was the moment to surprise the enemy. The Vanguard reappeared behind the largest alien ship. The hidden weapons powered up. The ship fired a huge energy blast that hit the alien flagship hard. The explosion shook the armada. The aliens screamed in fear and anger. The Vanguard had done the impossible. It hit the biggest ship and was still flying strong. For the first time, the alien commanders felt fear. They realized that this small human ship was not weak at all. It was a powerful force that could change the war. The calm before the storm was over. The battle had just begun. The silence of space was broken by sudden flashes of light and deep rumbles of energy. The alien armada, once calm and confident, now swirled in chaos. The human warship Vanguard had made its bold move, striking the largest alien ship with a powerful blast. The explosion echoed across the dark void like thunder, shaking the spirits of the alien commanders. Commander Ethan Grant stood on the bridge of the Vanguard, eyes sharp and focused. He did not celebrate. There was no time. The alien armada was still huge and deadly. They would not give up easily. "Scan all enemy ships," Ethan ordered. "Find their weak points. We can't waste a single shot." The ship's AI, Aegis, hummed softly as it scanned the alien fleet. Hundreds of ships moved in tight formation, many of them large and armed with dangerous weapons. The aliens had not expected such resistance from a single human ship. Now, panic and anger mixed in their ranks. "Commander," said Lieutenant Mara, the weapons officer, "our shields are holding, but they are regrouping. They're sending faster attack fighters to flank us." Ethan nodded. "Prepare the defense drones. I want those fighters destroyed before they get close." Small drones, no bigger than a human fist, shot out from the Vanguard. They moved fast and worked together, shooting laser beams and disrupting enemy fighters' targeting systems. One by one, the alien fighters exploded in bursts of fire. But the aliens were not finished. From the edges of the armada, massive energy cannons fired beams of bright blue light. The beams cut through space, aimed straight at the Vanguard. The crew felt the heat as the ship's shields flashed red under attack. "Shields at 70%, said the engineer, his voice tense. "If this continues, we won't last much longer." Ethan's eyes narrowed. "We need to change tactics. Aegis, analyze their attack patterns and suggest an evasive course." "Course recalculated," the AI replied, "recommending a sharp descent toward the asteroid field on our left." "Do it," Ethan said. The Vanguard tilted and dropped toward the field of floating rocks and debris. The alien armada followed cautiously, not wanting to risk damage to their large ships. Inside the asteroid field, the Vanguard moved like a fish in water. Its small size and fast engines allowed it to dodge the rocks with ease. The alien ships, big and slow, struggled to follow. "Now, Mara, fire the plasma torpedoes," Ethan commanded. Mara's fingers flew across the controls. Bright, glowing torpedoes launched from the Vanguard's sides, zooming toward the alien ships. One hit an enemy cruiser, causing a large explosion that rocked the armada. The alien commanders shouted orders. "Focus fire! Destroy the Vanguard before it breaks our line!" But the Vanguard was ready. Its advanced sensors warned the crew of incoming missiles. They launched countermeasures, flaring heat signals and magnetic pulses that confused the enemy weapons. "Missiles neutralized," Mara said with relief. The battle raged on, faster and fiercer. The alien armada sent more ships, trying to trap the Vanguard. But Ethan's crew was sharp and united. They worked like a single organism, anticipating each enemy move. Suddenly, a new threat appeared. A giant alien warship, the size of a small moon, moved slowly through the asteroid field. Its hull was covered with thick armor and massive energy cannons. "That's the dreadnought," the science officer whispered. The most powerful ship in their fleet. The dreadnought aimed its main cannon directly at the vanguard. Brace. For impact, Ethan ordered. The cannon fired a massive energy beam that tore through space like a lightning bolt. The vanguard's shields glowed bright as they absorbed the attack, but the energy was strong. The ship shook violently. Shields. Down to 30%, the engineer warned. Ethan's heart beat faster, but he stayed calm. Divert all power to shields. Prepare the disruptor beam. This is our chance to strike back. The vanguard had a secret weapon, a disruptor beam designed to penetrate the strongest enemy shields. It took time to charge, but could disable. Enemy ships. Charging disruptor beam. 70%, Mara reported. The dreadnought moved closer, ready to fire again. Its crew believed they had victory in their grasp. Now, Ethan shouted. The vanguard released the disruptor beam. It shot out like a bright blue spear, aiming directly at the dreadnought's main cannon. The beam hit the cannon and spread through the ship's systems like wildfire. The huge weapon suddenly shut down. The dreadnought's engines sputtered, and the giant ship slowed down. The alien commanders were stunned. Impossible! Our weapons are failing! Ethan saw the chance. Fire everything we have! Hit their engines and weapons! The vanguard unleashed a storm of missiles and laser fire. The dreadnought took heavy damage and began to fall back, but victory was not yet certain. More alien ships arrived, surrounding the vanguard. Ethan knew this fight could end badly if they did not act fast. Aegis, scan for escape routes. I want a way out if we are overwhelmed. Escape route found, the AI responded. A narrow passage through the asteroid belt, difficult for large ships. Prepare for full speed, Ethan said. The vanguard darted through the narrow space. Alien ships fired desperately, but could not follow the fast and small human ship. The crew breathed deeply as the immediate danger passed, but they knew this was only the beginning. Ethan looked at his crew and said, We've shown them we are not weak. One ship can fight an armada, but the real battle is yet to come. The crew nodded, their faces tired but determined. Behind them, the alien armada regrouped, shaken but not defeated. They sent messages to their leaders across the galaxy. The humans were more dangerous than anyone thought, and in the shadows of space, other alien races began to watch closely, wondering if the humans might change the balance of power forever. The space around the vanguard was quiet for a moment. The alien armada had pulled back, but the battle was far from over. Inside the human warship, the crew worked hard to repair minor damages and prepare for what was coming next. Commander Ethan Grant walked slowly through the corridors of the ship. The walls were clean and shining, filled with strange machines and glowing panels. Everything looked modern and powerful, but it was more than just technology that made this ship special. Ethan stopped outside a secure room. Only a few people were allowed inside. He tapped a code, and the door opened with a soft hiss. Inside was the heart of the vanguard, the advanced AI system called Aegis. It was not just a computer. Aegis could think, learn, and even make decisions during battle. It was built by the best human scientists who worked in secret for years. Lieutenant Mara, the weapons officer, was already inside. She was studying a holographic map of the last battle, showing the alien ships and their movements. Aegis is amazing, Mara said quietly as Ethan entered. It helped us dodge the enemy attacks and find their weak spots. Ethan nodded. Yes, without it, we would not have survived. Aegis learns fast, faster than any alien system. Aegis spoke in a calm voice. Commander, my analysis shows that the alien armada is now afraid. Their next attack will be larger and more dangerous. Ethan frowned. We need to be ready. Mara, tell me about our secret weapons. Mara smiled slightly and activated a new hologram. It showed a large energy core at the center of the ship. This is the quantum pulse cannon, she explained. It's hidden inside the vanguard and powered by quantum energy. It can fire a blast so strong it can disable an entire fleet's communication system, but it takes time to charge. Ethan's eyes lit up. That weapon could change the war. Exactly, Mara said. If we use it at the right moment, we can stop the aliens from working together. They will be confused and easy to defeat. Suddenly, alarms started ringing throughout the ship. Aegis's voice returned quickly. Commander, alien scouts detected. Near our position, they are moving fast. Ethan took his place on the bridge. Prepare all weapons. I want shields at full strength. Aegis, show me the enemy. The main screen showed several small but fast alien scout ships. They were sleek and black, designed for spying and quick attacks. They want to learn more about us, Ethan said, but we won't let them. The vanguard moved forward, ready to fight. The scouts fired their energy weapons, trying to find a weak spot in the human ship's defenses. The crew worked quickly, following Aegis's commands. The ship's turrets spun and fired precise shots, destroying one scout after another. Good job, Ethan said. Keep pressure on them. The scouts vanished, but Ethan knew this was only a test. The aliens were trying to understand the vanguard and the humans. Later, Ethan called a meeting with his senior officers. The small conference room was filled with tension and hope. We have something the aliens don't, Ethan began. Our technology, our teamwork, our spirit. He looked around at each person. The vanguard is not just a warship, it is a symbol that humans will fight for their place in the stars. Mara spoke up. The quantum pulse cannon could give us the advantage, but we must use it carefully. If we charge it too soon, we won't have it when we really need it. The science officer added, The aliens are studying us. They want to find our secrets and weaknesses. We must keep our plans hidden. Ethan nodded. Agreed. We need to be one step ahead. Suddenly, the ship shook again. Another message came from Aegis. Commander, new alien fleet approaching. They are larger and more organized. The real battle begins. Ethan took a deep breath. Prepare for war. This time we will show them what humanity can do. The crew moved faster than ever. The vanguard's weapons powered up, the shields glowed bright, and the ships. The space around the vanguard was quiet for a moment. The alien armada had pulled back, but the battle was far from over. Inside the human warship, the crew worked hard to repair minor damages and prepare for what was coming next. Commander Ethan, Grant walked slowly through the corridors of the ship. The walls were clean and shining, filled with strange machines and glowing panels. Everything looked modern and powerful, but it was more than just technology that made this ship special. Ethan stopped outside a secure room. Only a few people were allowed inside. He tapped a code, and the door opened with a soft hiss. Inside was the heart of the Vanguard, the advanced AI system called Aegis. It was not just a computer. Aegis could think, learn, and even make decisions during battle. It was built by the best human scientists who worked in secret for years. Lieutenant Mara, the weapons officer, was already inside. She was studying a holographic map of the last battle, showing the alien ships and their movements. Aegis is amazing, Mara said quietly as Ethan entered. It helped us dodge the enemy attacks and find their weak spots. Ethan nodded. Yes, without it we would not have survived. Aegis learns fast, faster than any alien system. Aegis spoke in a calm voice. Commander, my analysis shows that the alien armada is now afraid. Their next attack will be larger and more dangerous. Ethan frowned. We need to be ready. Mara, tell me about our secret weapons. Mara smiled slightly and activated a new hologram. It showed a large energy core at the center of the ship. This is the quantum pulse cannon, she explained. It's hidden inside the Vanguard and powered by quantum energy. It can fire a blast so strong it can disable an entire fleet's communication system, but it takes time to charge. Ethan's eyes lit up. That weapon could change the war. Exactly, Mara said. If we use it at the right moment, we can stop the aliens from working together. They will be confused and easy to defeat. Suddenly, alarms started ringing throughout the ship. Aegis's voice returned quickly. Commander, alien scouts detected near our position. They are moving fast. Ethan took his place on the bridge. Prepare all weapons. I want shields at full strength. Aegis, show me the enemy. The main screen showed several small but fast alien scout ships. They were sleek and black, designed for spying and quick attacks. They want to learn more about us, Ethan said, but we won't let them. The vanguard moved forward, ready to fight. The scouts fired their energy weapons, trying to find a weak spot in the human ship's defenses. The crew worked quickly, following Aegis's commands. The ship's turrets spun and fired precise shots, destroying one scout after another. Good job, Ethan said. Keep pressure on them. The scouts vanished, but Ethan knew this was only a test. The aliens were trying to understand the vanguard and the humans. Later, Ethan called a meeting with his senior officers. The small conference room was filled with tension and hope. We have something the aliens don't, Ethan began. Our technology, our teamwork, our spirit. He looked around at each person. The vanguard is not just a warship, it is a symbol that humans will fight for their place in the stars. Mara spoke up. The quantum pulse cannon could give us the advantage, but we must use it carefully. If we charge it too soon, we won't have it when we really need it. The science officer added, The aliens are studying us. They want to find our secrets and weaknesses. We must keep our plans hidden. Ethan nodded. Agreed. We need to be one step ahead. Suddenly, the ship shook again. Another message came from Aegis. Commander, new alien fleet approaching. They are larger and more organized. The real battle begins. Ethan took a deep breath. Prepare for war. This time we will show them what humanity can do. The crew moved faster than ever. The vanguard's weapons powered up, the shields glowed bright, and the ship's engines hummed with energy. In the alien armada, commanders watched the human warship with growing fear. How can one ship stand against all of us? One alien whispered. We must find a way to stop it, another said, or our entire empire will fall. Back on the vanguard, Ethan stood firm on the bridge. We will fight, he said quietly. For Earth, for our future, and for all who believe in humanity. The secrets of the vanguard were more than just machines and weapons. They were hope, courage, and the will to survive, the true strength of humanity. The storm was coming, and the vanguard was ready. The quiet in space was gone. The new alien fleet was approaching fast, filling the blackness with hundreds of ships, warships, fighters, and massive cruisers. Their engines glowed red and orange, shining like a swarm of angry stars moving toward the human warship vanguard. Inside the vanguard, the crew was tense but ready. Commander Ethan Grant stood on the bridge, staring at the glowing blips on the control screens. This is bigger than anything we've faced before, Ethan said, voice low but firm. This fleet is not just trying to test us, they want to destroy us. Lieutenant Mara's fingers danced across the controls. Their weapons look stronger and they have more ships. We'll have to be smart and fast. The ship's AI, Aegis, spoke calmly. Enemy fleet weapons are charged and targeting systems are active. Estimated time to contact, 2 minutes. Ethan looked at his crew. Prepare for battle. Activate all systems. Get ready to use the quantum pulse cannon if we need it. The crew moved quickly, their training and teamwork making the ship a single living machine. Shields brightened and hummed with power. Engines pushed the vanguard faster, and weapons warmed, ready to fire. Outside, the alien fleet grew closer. The first wave of fighters shot out fast and dangerous, like wasps attacking a bigger enemy. Fighters incoming! The lookout shouted. Vanguard's turrets spun and fired. Laser beams cut through space, destroying enemy fighters before they could reach the ship. The crew's eyes were sharp and focused. The alien fighters tried again and again, but the vanguard was faster. The small ship dodged attacks and fired back with precision. Then came the larger ships, cruisers with heavy armor and strong weapons. They opened fire, bright energy blasts lighting up space. The vanguard's shields took the hits. The ship shook but held strong. Shields at 50%, the engineer reported, sweat on his brow. We can't take many more hits. Divert. Power to shields and engines, Ethan ordered. We need to stay fast and protected. The alien fleet surrounded the vanguard, trying to trap it. The human ship moved like a shadow, slipping through gaps and striking weak points. But then, the biggest threat appeared. A massive warship twice the size of the dreadnought, with weapons that could destroy planets. Its name was whispered in fear among the aliens: the Harbinger. The Harbinger fired a huge blast aimed at the Vanguard. "Brace for impact," Ethan shouted. The energy hit the Vanguard's shields, shaking the ship violently. Lights flickered and alarms screamed. "Shields. Down to 20%, the engineer yelled. Ethan gritted his teeth. "Activate emergency repairs. I want shields back up now." The crew worked fast, fixing damage as the Vanguard moved with all its might. "Now is the time," Ethan said, voice steady. "Charge the quantum pulse cannon." The ship powered up slowly, energy gathering in a glowing core. The alien commanders watched the Vanguard's strange weapon with fear. "Stop that ship before it fires," one growled. But the Vanguard was faster. It raced toward the center of the enemy fleet, surrounded but fearless. The quantum pulse cannon glowed bright, filling the ship with a deep hum, firing in 3, 2, 1, Ethan said. A massive wave of blue energy exploded out from the Vanguard. It spread like a storm through the alien fleet. Enemy ships lost power. Their weapons shut down. Their communication systems went silent. Chaos broke out. In the alien armada, "Systems offline, we can't fire!" an alien commander screamed. The Vanguard took advantage of the confusion. It fired missiles and lasers, hitting the weakest ships one by one. The aliens tried to regroup, but the human ship was already gone, moving fast and unpredictable. Inside the Vanguard, the crew smiled with hope and pride. "We did it," Mara said softly, but Ethan knew the battle was not over. "Get ready," he said. "They will come back stronger. We must be ready for anything." The alien commanders were furious. They had never been beaten like this by one ship. "We will destroy the Vanguard," they promised. "No one fights us and wins." Far away, in human space, people watched the battle with mixed fear and hope. One small ship could change the fate of the galaxy. The calm before the storm was gone. The real war had begun. After the powerful blast of the quantum pulse cannon, the alien armada was thrown into chaos. Ships lost power, their weapons went silent, and communication between their commanders became confused. The Vanguard used this moment to strike hard, but Commander Ethan Grant knew this calm would not last long. The aliens were strong and clever. They would soon regroup and find a way to fight back. Inside the Vanguard, the crew was alert. The ship's AI, Aegis, continued to scan the battlefield, searching for threats and opportunities. "Commander," Aegis said, "scanners detect an unknown ship approaching from the outer edge of the battlefield. It is not part of the alien armada." Ethan's eyes narrowed. "Unknown ship? Is it friend or foe?" Mara checked the data. "The ship's signature is unusual, unlike anything we've seen. It's large, but it moves cautiously." Ethan ordered, "Open a channel. Let's see who they are." The screen flickered and then showed a strange ship, sleek but covered with unfamiliar markings. A voice spoke in a language the Vanguard's translators barely understood. "We are the Xylaris," the voice said. "We have watched the battle. Your courage and power impress us." Ethan studied the ship carefully. "Why are you here?" "What do you want?" The Xylaris commander replied. "Our race has been enemies of the alien armada for centuries. We have seen their cruelty. You fight with a spirit we respect. We wish to offer you an alliance." The bridge fell silent. An alliance. With the Xylaris could change everything. Their technology was advanced, and their knowledge of the armada was valuable. Ethan turned to Mara and the others. "What do you think?" Mara nodded slowly. "We need every advantage we can get. But can we trust them?" Ethan said. "We don't have many choices. We will accept their help, but carefully." The Xylaris ship moved closer, sending supplies, weapons, and repair drones to the Vanguard. Their technology quickly fixed the damaged shields and improved the ship's weapons. Meanwhile, the alien armada recovered from the quantum pulse cannon's blast. Their commanders shouted orders, rallying their forces. "This is not over," the lead alien said fiercely. "The humans and Xylaris will pay for this insult." Back on the Vanguard, Ethan prepared his crew for the next battle. "We are no longer alone. The galaxy is watching. We must fight smarter and harder." Aegis projected a map of the enemy's positions and movements. "The Armada is gathering strength. They plan a massive attack on our base." Ethan clenched his fists. "Then we strike first. Mara, ready the Vanguard for a surprise attack on their main fleet." As the Vanguard and Xylaris ships moved out, the stars seemed to hold their breath. The war was growing larger and more dangerous. But humanity, with new allies and new hope, was ready to face whatever came next. The Vanguard and its new ally, the Xylaris fleet, moved silently through deep space. Their mission was clear: strike the alien armada before it could launch its massive attack. Commander Ethan Grant stood on the bridge, watching the endless stars pass by. "The enemy's main fleet is close," Mara said, scanning the holographic map. "They are preparing for battle, but they don't expect us here." Ethan nodded. "Good. We will use surprise to our advantage." Aegis's calm voice interrupted. "Sensors detect an unusual signal coming from the nearby nebula. It is unlike any known alien technology." The bridge crew exchanged worried looks. Nebulas were dangerous places, filled with radiation and strange phenomena. But Ethan didn't hesitate. "Plot a course through the nebula. We need to investigate." As the Vanguard and Xylaris ships entered the swirling clouds of colorful gas and light, the crew felt tension rise. The ship's sensors flickered as the nebula's energy disturbed their equipment. Suddenly, the stars outside the windows disappeared in a flash. The Vanguard's engines shuddered violently. "We're caught in a trap!" the engineer yelled. From the darkness of the nebula, alien warships emerged, faster and more powerful than before. The enemy had set an ambush. Ethan stood firm. "Raise shields to maximum. Ready all weapons." The enemy ships opened fire, bright beams of energy cutting through space toward the Vanguard and Xylaris ships. The Vanguard's shields glowed bright red as they absorbed the blasts. The ship shook, alarms ringing everywhere. "Shields at 40%, the engineer shouted. "If this keeps up, we won't last long." Ethan looked at Mara. "Target their command ship. If we take it down, their fleet will lose control." Mara's hands moved quickly. "Firing plasma torpedoes now." The torpedoes flew through space, striking the enemy command ship and causing a massive explosion. The enemy fleet faltered, their formation breaking, but the ambush was far from over. More ships appeared from the nebula, surrounding the Vanguard. "We need a new plan," Ethan said. "Aegis, suggest an escape route." "Escape route blocked by enemy ships," the AI responded. "Alternative path through the asteroid belt ahead. It is narrow and dangerous." Ethan smiled grimly. "Take the risk. We don't have a choice." The Vanguard and Xylaris ships sped toward the asteroid belt, weaving between giant rocks and debris. Enemy ships fired desperately, but the asteroid belt made it hard for their large ships to follow. Inside the ship, the crew worked together, calm but fast. They knew their lives depended on every move. "Almost through," Mara said, eyes on the controls. Suddenly, a huge asteroid shifted, blocking their path. "Brace for impact," Ethan shouted. The Vanguard's engines roared as the ship dodged just in time, sliding past the rock with inches to spare. Once outside the asteroid belt, the Vanguard gained speed and fired back at the enemy. The ambush had failed, but Ethan knew the enemy would try again, and soon. "We survived today," Ethan said to his crew. "But this war will be long and hard." The stars outside held secrets and dangers, and the Vanguard was ready to face them all. The battle had been fierce and long. The Vanguard and the Xylaris fleet had faced many dangers, ambushes, and near destruction. But now, the tide of war was turning. The alien armada was retreating, their once confident fleet scattered and broken. Commander Ethan Grant stood on the bridge of the Vanguard, looking out at the stars. The silence after battle felt strange, heavy, but filled with hope. "We did it," Mara said quietly, standing beside Ethan. "They're running." Ethan nodded. One ship, one team, showed the galaxy what humans can do. The Vanguard had become a symbol of strength, courage, and unity. Other human ships, inspired by the Vanguard's victory, were joining the fight. The Xylaris had become trusted allies, sharing knowledge and technology. But Ethan knew the war was not over. There would be new enemies, new challenges. Suddenly, Aegis's voice interrupted the quiet. "Commander, incoming message from Earth Command." Ethan activated the communication link. A calm voice came through. "Commander Grant, your actions have saved countless lives. The Council offers you command of the new human defense fleet." Ethan was surprised, but proud. "Thank you. We will protect Earth and all humanity." As the message ended, Ethan looked at his crew. "This is just the beginning," he said. "The galaxy is vast and many dangers await, but we will face them together." Mara smiled. "With the Vanguard leading, I believe we can." Outside the ship, stars shone brighter. The darkness of space was filled with hope and promise. The single human warship that sent alien armadas running in fear was ready for whatever came next. Humanity was no longer alone. It was a force to be reckoned with, and the stars were theirs to claim. The galaxy held its breath. The alien armada, though weakened and scattered, was gathering one last time for a final desperate attack. They knew that if they lost this battle, their empire would collapse forever. Commander Ethan Grant stood tall, on the bridge of the Vanguard. His crew was tired but ready. They had faced impossible odds before, and now they would face the greatest challenge of all. "Everyone, listen up," Ethan said firmly. "This is the final stand. We fight not just for Earth, but for all free worlds. The future depends on us." The Vanguard's shields glowed bright as the massive alien fleet appeared on the horizon. Hundreds of ships, bigger and stronger than ever, advanced in perfect formation. Lieutenant Mara checked the weapon systems. "All cannons ready, Commander. The quantum pulse cannon is fully charged, but we can only use it once." Ethan nodded. "Then we make it count." Aegis analyzed the enemy fleet's formation. "The enemy will attack in 3 waves. Their main power is in the center." Ethan looked at the map. "We will divide our forces. Xylaris will take the left flank, I will lead the right. The Vanguard will strike the center." The battle began. With a deafening roar. Energy blasts lit up space as ships collided in a deadly dance. The Vanguard moved like a predator, dodging attacks and firing precise shots. The alien fleet was strong, but the humans in Xylaris fought with unmatched courage and skill. Each wave crashed against their defenses and broke apart. As the final wave approached, Ethan knew it was time. He ordered, "Charge the quantum pulse cannon." The ship thrummed with power, glowing with an intense blue light. The crew held their breath. "Firing!" Ethan shouted. A massive wave of energy exploded from the Vanguard, sweeping through the enemy fleet. Ships lost power, weapons failed, and the alien formation collapsed. In the chaos, the Vanguard and Xylaris ships struck hard, destroying the enemy command ships. The alien armada's last hope was gone. As silence returned, Ethan looked at his crew. "We have won." But victory came with a price. The Vanguard had taken heavy damage, and many brave souls were lost. Ethan made a promise. "We will rebuild. We will remember those who gave their lives, and we will keep fighting for peace." Back on Earth, the news of the victory spread like wildfire. Humanity celebrated the courage of the Vanguard and its crew. The story of the single human warship that sent alien armadas running in fear became a legend, a symbol of hope for all. And as Ethan looked up at the stars one last time, he knew the future was bright, because humanity was strong, because humanity never gave up, and because the Vanguard's legacy would live forever.